Hi, it's Sarah, and welcome to episode 5 of Coppersmith Cook in our House of Copper. It is warm enough finally here in Wisconsin, so today we're gonna go check on the gardens. We put in 8 raised beds, which I showed in previous episodes of this particular grouping, of Coppersmith Cook, and I'm gonna show those off and how we built those. Just my husband and I. Got some neighbor boys to help us haul rock, but really it was us. And also I'm going to talk a little bit about harvesting weeds to act as medicine, which are perennials, and why I use certain ones and how that are pretty widespread, at least around most of North America. So we're going to just touch on that. Then we're going to go in the shop. I'm going to put on some cotton and hit the tinning and tin up some copper today. And then we're, I think it's just mac and cheese in copper, because copper does not have to be fancy. My son loves making mac and cheese out of a box, and so he is actually going to be in charge of dinner and cooking in copper tonight. So without further ado, here we go. Coppersmith Cook, episode 5. All right, so we're in the garden. I'm gonna flip this around because you can see what is my herb and my flower garden today. It is still got a long way to go, but I see my columbine has opened up. All right, you will see this is our flower and our herb garden, and nothing is growing yet. We will, big anyway, and then of course we have chickens who always think that I'm here to give them treats, which I'm not. But anyway, what I've done mostly is transplant a few odd things. So for instance, we have raspberries over here, but the things that are the most important to me are right here, where I have different bee balm, which is wonderful. It's a natural flower, and what'll happen is, even now, I can take these leaves and I can put them in alcohol and make a tincture for sore throats. I also have stinging nettle in the garden, yes, because I can make rope and nettle tea from it. We have a ton of chamomile for, again, drying in the oven and making tea. But here is yarrow that I planted. I actually have some additional yarrow. Right now I found some yellow yarrow, which I'm really excited about. But what this is it acts as something that will stop bleeding. Like when my husband has a bloody nose, he can take the fronds and stuff them up his nose. And you can apply it to wounds. It will disinfect the wounds. Like if my kids get a scrape and they'll pick this and put it on their wounds outside. And so it's yarrow. That's what it's called. I think there's another word for it, soldier's nurse or something like that, because it stopped wounds on the battlefields back in the day. So I have the white, which is what I pulled out of the ground here, and then I have the yellow. It comes in a couple other colors as well. And yes, I actually have grass growing in pots. This is sweetgrass. Sweetgrass is a Native American remedy for what they would say keeping the Plains Indians. They'd keep what am I thinking of? My daughter's crying, so I'm distracted. Keep the evil spirits out of their homes. And I know it sounds super weird because I'm growing grass, but and it's technically like it takes over if you're not keeping it in a clump. But sweetgrass can be dried and braided and used as like a smoker, kind of like sage. And it has been proven, I believe there was a study in 2016, to be as effective as DEET to repel ticks. So if you're wearing it and you're smoking your body with it and your clothes like the Plains native tribes would do, if you're covered in that sweetgrass scent, it actually repels ticks, which is why I believe there's not much of an oral history of the Plains tribes and those a little bit further west in Montana getting things like Rocky Mountain spotted fever, back then what they called black measles, because they repelled ticks with their sweetgrass burning. So I have sweetgrass for that purpose. I don't know exactly how I'm going to use it, but I love that knowledge. We are now walking down to what will be hopefully like a secret garden someday. When all of our other stuff grows in. My husband has decided to mow the grass. It's already been mowed. But anyway, this is our annuals. This is where all my vegetables grow. And I have everything from soybeans to 5 kinds of lettuce to 4 kinds of onions and lots of different kinds of tomatoes. And the heat is definitely hurting my baby plants. This is hops out here. But herbs and peas and everything in between. I'm trying eggplants this year. So I'll definitely show you guys what this looks like when it is done. But this is something we built in the past 2.5 weeks. And I'm actually really excited about it. I will say I have had the hardest luck finding plant markers that last in Wisconsin weather, in wetness. These bamboo ones are amazing and I highly recommend them. I'll put a link in the explanation, but they hold the marker really well. So there you have it. That's our annuals and our perennials. And let's hope by the heat of August, we have a fantastic harvest ready for us. So if you have any questions about planting, let me know. I'm not an expert, but I love it. And I'm happy to chat gardens as well as cooking and copper anytime. Hey, okay, it's the afternoon officially. My kids are eating lunch and I am in the shop with a ton of tinning. You can see behind me a lot of pots that look white, and it's the lime paste that I mix up and then I put on the exterior after days and days of prepping the interiors, which usually is a combination of multiple different acid washes, mechanical removal, brazing, any crack shut, things like that. So after about a week of prep for about 26 pieces, I'm now going to be tinning them. So I'll show you as best I can the tinning process, and it's just one of those days here in the copper shop. Here we go.
Mac and cheese.
Okay.
And so I have the mac and cheese, the spoon to stir it in, and the pot. And then I'm going to add the cheese later. So first we pour the water in, very gently.
Go, episode 5 of Coppersmith Cook in the House of Copper. I hope you had a fun time, learned a little bit, were inspired to use your copper or any of your other fancier cookware for something as simple as Kraft Mac and Cheese. And if you have any questions, especially about the tinning process, please let me know. Also, there are additional tinning article videos on my YouTube channel, so you can always look there for all the excess stuff for the tinning. And there we go. So thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends and family about this. If I don't say that, my husband is like, meh, meh, meh. So I'm saying it. Anyway, thank you again, and I will see you next time.